All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Been doing a lot of driving with this Tesla, and I want to go ahead and give you a 2,000 mile update. Now, it has actually been, I'm a little over 2,000 miles. I think I'm at about 2,300 or something like that. But this car has been a joy to drive. So I've done several things to the car. As you can see here, I've got new hubcaps come in. I've got a new sunshade. Lots of accessories on the inside now, and we'll take a look at that in just a second here. But man, I've been really enjoying this car just as much as my Corvette. I gotta admit, this car is a lot of fun to drive. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and jump in here and show you the upgrades in the interior. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, I removed my wood here because I've got this nice accessory here for the ports for charging. Got way more ports now, and then also I have a new shade. I had a black one in there, so it's really nice to be able to get some new features on the car, and it just feels like a different car. It looks like a different car. It really does. It's so nice. Let's go around this side here. Beautiful. I still have my carbon fiber. That hasn't changed on the front and back. But the car is so beautiful. It looks really dark on this side. Switch back here. Yeah, it looks good. But yeah, this thing is incredible. I just added a few things for the dog, you know. Just some little things here and there. Nothing fancy, but the hubcaps definitely are like the highlight. More stuff about the dog. Yeah, but the hubcaps are definitely the highlight. It really makes this car stand out, and it really makes it a lot different. The color obviously is super beautiful. And you know what, the thing of the color, how clean does the car look? Looks clean, right? Man, I haven't washed this car in about a week. It is super dusty, but you can't tell because, obviously if I go up and wipe my hand on it, it's gonna, you know. But the car itself, it sits outside now, which is why I have the ceramic tint like I got before. I got that as soon as I got the car done, but I have the sunshade now because it sits outside, because the Corvette is inside, and there's another Tesla on the inside, and then the truck is in the driveway too. But having the ceramic tint, I will say, and then having the new sunshade really helps. So, you know, a lot of times I get in the car and it's not really too hot in there, but it's definitely hot enough. Now the sunshade stops about way up here, but since I have 5% limo tint back here, you really can't tell. But the car is definitely filthy, but I'm not gonna wash it yet. I have a detail coming up. I'm gonna have someone come and detail the car at my house. So that's why I'm not washing it, because I'm gonna get a full detail anyway. But this car is phenomenal, folks. It's a lot of fun to drive, and it is just great. Oh, remember I also put on the front license plate bracket too. It is the bracket that goes down low. You can adjust it. I had that on there as well. But overall, man, I've been super happy with this car, man. It is just a phenomenal car to drive. Not paying for fuel, that's another thing. So I have about 2,300 or 2,000, almost 2,400 miles, I think. It's somewhere around there. I know I'm past 2,000, but I'm just saying 2,000 mile follow-up. But I'm almost at 2,500 miles, and I've only spent $27 to charge this car. So no other vehicle that I've ever owned could I do 2,400 miles and spend $27. It's just like that. What do you guys think about the wheels, man? Oof. Now these wheels are kind of like, I have a link to them down below, but these wheels are kind of like the performance model wheels. It's just these are 18s, and it really looks better like this because it covers up all of the gray. And then on the other side, I actually damaged this wheel over here. Is actually damaged just a little bit. It's a little, I hit a curb on this side of the car. So this side of the car, the road kind of pulled me in, and it snagged me to the right. And this entire side of this car, that wheel back there and this wheel right here, got damaged. So there's nothing I could do about it. And so the factory hubcaps does not cover that, but these hubcaps are bigger, and it protects the wheel too, which is why I like these, man. So you can see the tire size there is 235, 45, 18. So it's really nice. I think you'll really like to get these wheels. I'll leave a link to them down below if you decide you want to grab them. But I think having these wheels on here now, when I compare it next to the red one, it just looks completely different. It's a whole nother car by just changing out the hubcaps. So yeah, it's really, really snazzy, really nice. I really like it. And the fact that they're black and not gray, it highlights everything on the car a lot better. So that's the thing. So 2,500 miles later, basically, or just over 2,000 miles later, owning a Tesla has been the best thing I've ever done for myself. I absolutely love it. So there is, only thing I had to get serviced on this car was the front end alignment. So when I got, and that was when I got the car brand new. Like as soon as I bought the car, a couple hundred miles, or not even that, I scheduled an appointment and then I got that done at about 400 miles, I think, when it was on the car. So, wonderful. I don't think I could ever not have an EV now, and I don't think I can not have a Tesla now. So this car is going to have a lot of miles on it because I'm already past 2,000 miles, and I just supercharge. I have so much. I have unlimited supercharging until, I don't know, to the 12,000 miles or something like that, 15,000 miles, and I'm nowhere near that, obviously, but I have supercharging to that point. Someone was asking how I got the free supercharging. Well, they had a promo when I got the car for 3 months of supercharging, but I've actually had several referrals, and so those points turn into supercharging miles. So basically every 4,500 points or 4,800 points that you have 2,000 miles of supercharging you can use it for. So I have so many points on my account that I have enough. And if you want to buy a Tesla, use my link. You get money off and I get referral points. So I don't get cash or anything like that. So if you buy a Model 3 or a Model Y, you get $500 off. And shout out to the people who have used my link. It's been several. So, but if you buy a Model S or a Model X, you get $1,000 off, and you get unlimited supercharging with those for, I think, a year. But with the Model 3 and the Model Y, they're giving you $500 off, and then whatever promo they're running at the time. So that is how that works. But I just want to shout that out real quick. If you want to buy a Tesla, use my link. You get money off your car, and I get credits that I can use to pay for like t-shirts, or buy t-shirts or buy accessories, because I did buy some more accessories for the interior of the car, and I bought them through Tesla. I bought me several t-shirts, stuff like that. Just because I have so many credits on there, I'm going to use it for supercharging miles, because I have about probably 10,000 to 12,000 miles I can use for supercharging. I don't know if I'll do that though, but nonetheless, I've only spent $27 to have this car for almost 2,500 miles, and that is unheard of. That is unheard of. Just unheard of. So I'm super happy about owning a Tesla. And if you've never owned a Tesla before, like me, I was against EVs. I'm not against EVs anymore. This thing is crazy. It's so much fun. So changing out the wheels, the hubcaps here, it's not just about making it look different. These are directional, believe it or not. There's a right side and a left side. So if you decide to get these wheels, they're supposed to give you the same amount of range, or sometimes better. Some people are reporting better range. Now, as soon as I put these on here, my car fully charges to 272. When it's fully charged, or 271, just depends. Now the range says 293 is what I can get. So the only way to really test this is to take it on a long trip. I'll be fully charging it, and I'll be going out of town at the end of the month, and I'm going to put it in chill mode, because that's how you can really get the best. It doesn't allow the hard accelerations. And by the way, my tires are still good, still full of tread back there. But you want to drive in chill mode when you're driving on a long trip, or just if you want the most range, you want to drive in chill mode. I highly recommend you do that. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to test it out, because it's saying I can get 293 on the range now. And real world testing on range, since I told you how much I've been using as far as to keep it charged, and how much money I've actually spent, that $27 was for me charging at home. So, and I supercharge now pretty much all the time because I have all those supercharging miles. But I've only spent $27 at my house, and that was probably about during the first 500 to 600 kilometers or something like that. Yeah, it was basically 2 or 3 gas fill-ups on gas was what that $27 gave me for this. So something like that. So, but as far as range goes, without these new hubcaps on here, I was getting about 2 65 at the most, because it is 115 degrees down here most of the time, 110, and you run the air conditioning, and then the car, you can set it to keep itself cool, all these different things. So I've been finding out ways to keep as much battery as I can, because I have not been driving this car a lot. I've actually been driving my Corvette a lot more. My Corvette, I actually have like 700 miles on it now. And it's only been a couple of months with the Corvette, and I've got 700 miles on it. I've been loving that Corvette. So I've been rotating between the truck, this car, and the Corvette, but this car is getting the most time in. The truck, I drive that when we're all going to go somewhere, or, we're going to make a big trip somewhere and we just really want to be comfortable. No one wants to be cramped in, so we're going to have more people than we, normally would have. Instead of just 3 of us, it's like 5 or 6 of us. The truck obviously is the most comfortable thing. So this car, though, I definitely have been driving it a heck of a lot more than any other car that I've ever driven in the early stages, because it's only been almost 3 months with this car, and I've got almost 2,500 miles. And for me, that's a lot of miles, but it just goes to show how much I enjoy this vehicle. So I've changed the hubcaps, I've done things to the interior, I've got more things coming for the interior. I've got the front bracket on. Obviously, I did this ceramic tint as soon as I got it. So I'm going to tell you about range and everything on here once I take this car on a long trip, and I'm going to see if I actually get better fuel, because I definitely would love to get 293 range out of this, or at least above the 272 actual mileage, because like I said before, I'm getting about 265 total on a charge, because running the air conditioning, running all the accessories in the inside, the radio, all these different things, that takes a hit on the battery. But one thing I did learn is that I don't need a long range or anything like that. And the guy at Tesla was pretty much right. He said, don't get a long range. If you don't drive more than 280 miles a day, you don't need a long range. Save that money. And he was right. So even on a long trip, there are supercharging stations everywhere for Tesla. So I actually did go out of town a couple of weeks back, maybe 3 weeks back. And I had about an hour and 10 minute drive to come home. And I could have made it home and I would have had maybe 20% battery left. And I decided I'm going to just pull over and supercharge. And so I plugged up, and we went in the store. We went to a place called Buc-ee's. It's a thing that down in Texas. Went to Buc-ee's. I had 89% when I walked away from the car. 9 minutes later, when I came back to the car, I had 170 miles. In 9 minutes, it went from 89 to 170, and I got in the car and took off and went home. Phenomenal. So owning a Tesla is probably one of the best things I've ever done. I love it, man. So I won't hold you. These are the upgrades that I've done to the car. I'm just over 2,000 miles. I'm loving it. If you don't own a Tesla, use my link to go ahead and buy one, and you get money off your car, and then you get also whatever promotion the Tesla's running at the time, and I get referral points. That's how it works. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Shout out to the people who have already used my link. I appreciate the support, and we both get something. It's not like I'm reaping all the rewards when you use my link. We both get something. I get to turn in points for supercharging miles, or buy myself a t-shirt, or whatever I want to do with the points, and you get money off of your purchase. I think the money off of the purchase is a little bit more important. And then you can start referring people with your link once you get a Tesla. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Take care.